The Des Claude saga is dragging on at this point and just getting stranger and stranger because before the weekend, Joe Tipton Edits, the best in the business, put a new update on Mr. Claude out that listed some new teams that were really prioritizing him and maybe going to be where he now focuses his efforts here. It was Gonzaga, it was Washington, and it was Ole Miss. This is very different than the schools we had heard previously. We heard Florida was the leader. We heard Kentucky was maybe involved. We heard BYU had been involved at the beginning. So Tipton sort of seemingly guiding us through the twists and turns of this recruitment towards Gonzaga, Washington, and Ole Miss. He tweeted this on Friday, I believe, Friday or Saturday. And then, very interestingly, something that never happens happened. Joe Tipton deleted his tweet and took the article down. So, Des Claude, Gonzaga, Washington, Ole Miss on him. Something behind the scenes from Tipton said, let me drag this back. Des Claude's recruitment has been weird, and it's only getting weirder and weirder. Help me make sense of this as time keeps ticking here. What is happening with Des Claude?
This is looking like one of those classic weird recruitments that ends up with. I always say it always ends up with him at Kansas State, but like it just seems like that type of storyline. I just think this is a recruitment where there's so many factors surrounding a good, but would you say Des Claw's a limited player?
A limited player?
Given like limited in a way that he can't shoot.
I think there are limitations to his skill set, yes.
So, so you pair that limitation with the shooting, plus the price tag, plus the role, plus how this has played out so far, plus like rosters at this point, having a lot of spots filled, it's it just seems like it just gets more confusing as the days go on.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago, we were trying to find housing for him in Gainesville. And
Yeah.
less than 24 hours after that, they're blatantly coming out and saying they don't know parts of it, and other schools are chiming in saying, "Yeah, us too, samesies." So like I don't know. It's just this is getting weirder and weirder by the moment.
Yeah, for what it's worth, so we cross paths with people that work in recruiting from time to time, and just from putting some feelers out yesterday, we're kind of like, what is going on with this? Like, this is weird that Tipton deletes tweets and articles. That doesn't normally happen. And the general consensus from anybody on the recruiting side is just being laid back to us of like, this is such a weird recruitment. I don't think anybody knows what's going on, including the people covering it. I think, like, trying to put myself in Tipton's shoes, not to put words in his mouth, I'm assuming that Joe Tipton is annoyed by this at this point. Today's video is presented by Underdog Fantasy.
Well, what's going on with your hat?
Well, my hat's not supposed to be this way, is it?
I don't think so. No.
Just like people who watch these videos are not supposed to not sign up for Underdog Fantasy using promo code SLEEPERS. At the time of this recording, we have 49 people who have signed up as a first-time user with Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code SLEEPERS. 50 is a very, very important number. 50 is a number we would really like to get to. You, loyal listener, person watching this video right now, could be the person who gets us over the hump with number 50. And we have a great free pick that you get with this. Donovan Mitchell to score at least 1 point. How many points did Donovan Mitchell have in game two, Cart?
I believe he was too short of 50 with 48.
Yeah, he had 48 points, 50. Very key number for a lot of reasons. If Donovan Mitchell scores 1 point, you cash in your free pick, and you can get your deposit match bonus up to $1,000 with promo code SLEEPERS. Sign up, put the promo code in, SLEEPERS. Get that deposit match, get yourself free funds, use the free pick, cash that winner, and turn your hat the right way. Because, he's the number one source. He's Mr. Reputable for this stuff. And like if misinformation's being thrown around constantly to the point that he doesn't even want to keep whatever he reported out there, at this point it just becomes a nuisance to all parties involved, the schools, the people covering it. Nobody's doing themselves any favors. I've said it from the jump. I've said it last week. I'm going to continue to reiterate this at this point. I don't trust anybody involved from Des Claude's side of this. I don't trust Des Claude. I don't trust his camp. I don't trust his agents. Anybody advising him on what to do. I don't think anything's real right now. I think they're floating fake schools, floating fake numbers. They came out and there's that big list of schools last Monday. It was like, Florida's out, but these six schools are in. And then one by one, methodically over the next 24 hours, like Kentucky and every other school on the list was like, we're not actually recruiting Des Claude. No, thank you. I still think that's what's going on here. And if the latest rumored schools are Gonzaga and Washington, like, congrats to them. Cool. Ole Miss, right? My guess would be all these schools are like every other school that's been on the list. They want Des Claude for a certain number. It's not the number Des Claude's agent is asking for. And we're still just going to have to wait and drag this out. But the PR side of this, historically bad from Des Claude's agent.
I mean, 100% historically bad. It's a performance that I think is it's one of the ones we'll look back on and be like, wow, he really hurt his client, right?
Yeah, like, can you think of a worse portal recruitment right now?
I mean, I would have said PJ Haggerty until his demands got met,
Right.
apparently, right?
Yeah. Well,
Um,
that's the rumor.
yeah, I'm trying to think like who in the portal era has had a worse recruitment. I honestly I can't think of one to be honest with you, unless I'm missing out.
Do you have a new gut feel? You keep floating the Kansas State idea. Do you have a new gut? Where does he go?
Can I go hand up here?
Sure.
No, I don't think you know either. I don't think anyone does.
Well,
Like to your point,
my latest guess would be he actually just goes through the draft.
just go, just yeah, it's just time.
Just leave. Oh shit,
Just
nobody
leave.
wants me. Okay, I'm out.
Okay, I'm out of here. Yeah, honestly that might be the best move,
That might be the only way to save his legacy at this point, to be
or
honest.
or Virginia.
Because can you imagine you go somewhere if you're Des Claude and you have a horrible season after all this?
Yeah, it'd be bad.
It'd be like three times as bad as like the Coleman stuff last year
Yeah, but also I don't think he'd have a horrible season.
because he's better than that.
He'd be productive. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How much could you complain if he's scoring it?
I don't know.
I'd take him.
I wouldn't.
What? You wouldn't take him
Oh,
at Michigan?
no,
No.
not with all this hoopla at this point. No.
I love this hoopla.